Hello, hello. This is Zanete from Zanete Knits, and welcome to my weekly live PPP, Progress, Plans and Problems in the Zanete Knits world. Thank you for joining, and I think this one is going to be a really short one again, because there's not been too much of a variety of developments. So I can cover it in a really quick episode. As usual, if you have any questions, post a comment and I'll do my best to notice and respond. But other than that, I'll just carry on with what I've been up to since last time we went live, which was last Tuesday. So I'll start with what I'm wearing, and that is the Pagan Sky Fingering Weight Edition. This is a pattern with 4 versions, 2 pullover versions and 2 cardigan versions, a close neck and a wide neck. So I am working on the close neck steeked cardigan version, and I have just completed color work. Last week I think I was about here. The thing that I expected happened. I couldn't put it down. Whenever I had a free moment, I was just working away on a row after row. And essentially, this is where I'm at. The color work for the body is complete, and I have still this much of the contrast color left and a little bit of color work to add to both of the sleeves. Now my big worry though is the amount of main color I have versus the amount of main color I might need for the length of the cardigan that I had planned to do. So yeah, that is the problem, the risk of running out, because this is the second of 3 skeins, and I've still got quite a lot to do. Excuse me. And what will I do if I run out? So I think the worst case scenario is that I order some more. But I would like to avoid that, because then that's delays and plans ruined. Medium case is I come up with some workaround on how to use a bit more of the contrast color and less of the main color. And but then it won't be the Pagan Sky original as we know and love. And the best case scenario, I just have enough and I'm panicking for no reason. So if you can all send me the vibes, the positive vibes, and wish that is the best case scenario. I appreciate the universal thought that goes into that. So yeah, that's what's been happening. I've been working away on this sweater, and the timeline is, I think I'm on track for a test call end of June. I do have the sleeves and body to finish, so if theoretically I could get it done quite quickly, but knowing that there is no color work and it's just plain stock in it, I'll have to find a really good TV show to do that. And I also have another project that needs my attention, which is why I will probably put this on the side a little bit, because the Unravel memory socks. Last week I had this much of the first sock. Oh yeah, sorry, I have completely missed out the line of where I describe the yarns that I'm using for this project, and they were generously provided to me from Farmer's Daughter's Fibers. And it's the Squish fingering base in Paul Newman as main color, and Spilling Tea. It has lovely, all sorts of colorful speckles in it. Spilling Tea is the name of the contrast color. which is, I remember to talk about the yarn because I will have to list the colorway names of all the colors I'm using for these socks, because there's 5 of them and I remember maybe 2 or 3 by heart, and I don't want to lie, so I'll just list that in the when I've recorded this and posted. But all of these yarns we picked up at Unravel Festival with my friends, and they are the next addition to the Memory Sock series, where wherever we go we buy some yarn and we make the same pairs of socks, and this is from the Unravel Festival. So the plan was that I catch up the second sock and get as far as I've gotten on the first one, so that I could knit them both at the same time and use up as much as possible of the yarn that I have, because I want to have no leftovers. And I'll see, because I can easily adjust the length, but because I was so lost and devoted to the sweater, I didn't make as much progress on the sock as ideally would like to. But because the test knit for this is coming in a couple of weeks, I really have to get a move on and finish. So yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit about the gusset and the way, maybe I did that last time already. My goodness, my memory fails me. But just so I picked the darker color to be darker of the two, because there's 4 colors and one of them is always darker than the other. So I picked the darker color to be the framing color, yeah. So that was easy for me to remember which one I'm supposed to work, because in the pattern it will just say color A, color B, and it's up to you to designate one of the colors to be color A or color B. And I picked the darker one, and then yeah, I've got to just really get through the heel flap and do a section on the leg, and I will have caught up, and I can start figuring out how I will knit the socks at the same time. To be honest, I'm not looking forward to that, because I think I'll have to do that, I'll have to pull the one strand from the middle for the second sock, and the other sock will use the strand that's coming around at the outside. And I think I can see the future in which I will be so tangled that my project bag will look like a mess. But again, maybe I'm just panicking for no reason, and it will be absolutely fine. This is something I'll probably share in the next update, and or if you have any tips on how to manage that, because I didn't make 2 cakes from each mini skein. I just made 1. I don't know, maybe that was my mistake. Who knows? So yeah, some potential risks for not really enjoying the project. I will definitely share the learnings so that anyone can avoid those pitfalls. But yeah, as I said, the test call is coming. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Knitting Shed sock yarn, and we all picked up mini skein sets, and I want to use up as much of the mini skein set as possible, so there's no leftovers. The test call will be in a couple of weeks, so yeah, watch out for a newsletter then, and there will be plenty of time to make the pattern, because to make the project, because the release is, I believe, in August, due to summer schedules and my return to work. And my return to work is the third thing I want to mention today. So I've been on maternity leave for the past year, which meant that I have absolute freedom. Well, of course, my children were my bosses, but other than that, I had freedom over my time, and I could knit during the day sometimes, and during the night. But now I have returned to my part-time day job, and there'll probably be a lot less time for knitting and less time for designing. I'll still continue to do so, but at a lower intensity. And hopefully I can still keep you updated every Tuesday, but there'll be probably less things to show. And because knitting has been such a crucial part of my life in the past few years, and I appreciate the hobby so much. We are running a back to work sale that goes on for 5 days. It started yesterday, it will end on Friday, and all you gotta do is use the code BESTHOBBYEVER, one word, on Ravelry, Etsy, or my website to get a 30% discount on any of the self-published patterns. As I said, it's in honor of this amazing hobby. What else? Yeah, I'm pondering whether I should tell you about the project that comes after, once I'm finished with this sweater, but maybe I'll leave that for next time, because I've still got so much on this to do. I don't want to get distracted. And yeah, that's, if you're a test knitter, I've just come from our first ever test knitting Knit and Natter online, where there was a fun bunch of test knitters, and we discussed some things and shared some things. It wasn't always about knitting, but it was a lot of fun. Jazzy Knitter, thank you so much for the good luck wishes, and thank you for saying those kind words. Yeah. I was talking about the test knitting virtual session, and we decided that it won't be the last. So in a few weeks, we haven't decided on the cadence yet, but there'll be another one. So if you are my test knitter, watch out for the announcement in the Test Knitters Facebook group or here on Instagram about the next session. And we hope you can join, because it was a lot of fun. And it's great to see the faces of the people who help make these patterns and contribute so much of their time and money and just amazing, I will steal the words, energy and enthusiasm. It's so humbling. I almost had a tear. I couldn't believe so many you joined. I was expecting not that many, so it was great. And if you're not a test knitter, maybe you consider becoming one, because it's fun, and it's really helpful for us designers. And yeah, you belong to a special tribe and have a special place in my heart. With that, I will say goodbye, and I'll see you next time.